Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here and don't know me, my name is Morgan and it is currently 80 days until I am moving out to Orlando, Florida to go and work for Walt Disney World in their Epcot pavilion. I still can't believe it, in all honesty. So let me give you a little explanation. So I applied for Disney's Cultural Representative Programme and I applied back in January 2023, so over a year ago now. And that's what I'm going to be talking to you about today. I've had a lot of people ask me, have you managed to get this opportunity? How have you got this job? Like, just, it's mind-boggling. So yeah, so I'm going to talk a bit about that. Yummy Jobs are the like recruitment agency for the UK. They're the ones who you apply through, and they've just announced on their socials yesterday that the applications are now going to be opening again. So for anyone who's interested in applying, the applications are going to be opening on February 5th at 9 AM and they are going to be closing on February 9th at 5 PM, so you don't have long at all. Obviously it's a very popular program, lots of people are wanting to do it, which is why the application's only open for such a short period of time. But yeah, so essentially what the program is, it's a 12-month contract where you move out to Florida and you'll be working in Epcot in the UK pavilion, and in order to be eligible, you have to be able to authentically represent the UK and where you're from. And they do have a criteria. Bear with me. So on their updated criteria for the current applications that they're receiving, you need to be at least 18 years of age, hold a valid passport for the United Kingdom that is valid for at least 16 months after your program start date, be available for the full 12-month contract whilst you're on program, and begin the program during the specified program dates. So all of the program dates for this current year, so for 2024, are all already taken and allocated. So this current recruitment process is for, so the applications they're accepting now would be for start dates in 2025 onwards. And you need to authentically represent the United Kingdom, communicate effectively about the traditions and culture to guests all over the world. And then obviously you need a strong experience and background of either food and beverage or retail. If you have both, even better. So yeah, that is essentially what the program is. That's what I'm going to be doing. I fly out in 80 days time and my program officially starts in 83 days time. So yeah, so today I thought I would tell you a bit about the application process, which is part, obviously, step one in getting yourself this amazing job opportunity, and what you actually need to do. So when you apply, you'll apply through the Yummy Jobs website, and they ask that you upload your CV and a cover letter. I've had a lot of people DM me, message me, ask me on my TikTok, on here, on my Instagram. I've had a lot of people say like what needs to be included in the cover letter. So I do actually have a picture of mine and what I sent to Yummy Jobs when I applied. So I'll sort of tell you a bit of what I included. So obviously it's very important that you show your background of your experience in either food and beverage or retail and merchandise. So they want to see that. So I started mine by basically a little synopsis about me as a person. I said like I'm bubbly, I'm outgoing, like all of that. And then I started by almost listing my experience and saying what skills I've developed from that and how that's gonna benefit Disney. Obviously they have hundreds and hundreds of applications come in for this program. Their cohort of people they have wanting to participate is massive, so you need to really sell yourself. You need to like not just what you're going to gain out of it, but how Disney are going to gain from you. Yeah, how you can benefit them. So I basically spoke about all the skills I'd learned through working in hospitality. That's what I currently do. I work in food and beverage currently, and then also I've worked for Morrison's in the past, so I have customer service experience as well. I spoke about like how sort of the job specific skills I've got, so like changing beer kegs, doing, you know, stock takes, ordering, you know, just generic like waitressing skills, like obviously the way I socialise with guests. I spoke about all of that. But then the thing that is going to sell yourself and make you stand out is also like the culture side of things. Obviously that is the purpose of the programme. So for those of you who aren't fully aware of what Epcot is and what the park stands for, it is very much the educational park of Disney. It's all about learning and progression. It's about technologies, it's about future, past, present. It's all about the world. So obviously the part we'll be working in is the World Showcase, which is exactly as it says on the label. It is a showcase of countries of the world and what they have to show, and it's about teaching and educating people on that. So you need to be able to sell yourself in that aspect, what you're going to bring to the park, what you can teach guests, what you know about where you're from. So I sort of linked in my work experience to that. At the time when I was applying, I was working at a hotel in Cheltenham. I spoke about the Cheltenham races, how I work throughout race week, how that's a massive cultural thing. I also spoke about the Cotswolds, which isn't far from where I live. Again, that's a massive sort of place that is visited in the United Kingdom. That's, you know, a highlighted spot, so to speak. I spoke about all of that. And yeah, you just need to drop hints of that in. And then obviously the magic of Disney, that needs to be felt, you know. You need to include that in there and just sell yourself. I would say if you are going to apply and you are thinking of applying, like, you need to start planning this now. You need to put pen to paper, put all your ideas out there. Because obviously this application, like, it can't just be something you sit down right there and then and send off. I actually remember applying and how many hours I spent, like, just putting it all together. How many times I'd got my mum to proofread and proofread again. And I remember hitting that send submit button was the scariest thing ever. But yeah, here I am, and it was actually August when I found out, so that's just a bit of time frame perspective for you. So it was the January when I applied, and it was the middle of August, so almost 9 months later before I found out I'd actually been accepted. So again, if you are thinking of applying, it is something you really need to be 100% certain of. You need to know that it is what you want to do, because it's not a quick thing. Like, it is a long process. So after you've applied, you then have to wait and wait and wait. And then it was the end of February, I'd found out that yes, your application's been successful. So almost 2 months on. And then middle of March, I had a pre-screen interview. And then it was about 2 weeks later, I'd found out I'd been successful in that interview, and then told I'd made it to the final interviews, which take place at the Disney headquarters in Hammersmith. And that happened middle of April, so about a month again. And then after that, I think it was about a month later, I found out essentially, yes, you were successful, but we don't have a place for you at this moment in time, so you've been put on a wait list. And then how the wait list works is every 30 days, you'll get an automated email saying, yep, you're still on our wait list, do you want to stay on it? If so, tick yes. And you have to keep doing that. So that was obviously the May I got the first one, so I had May, June, July, and then August I found out I'd been accepted. And then it was the August when I officially signed my contract. So yeah, it's a very long process. I still can't quite believe it. But at the same time, it's crazy how fast the times come round. So when I first was accepted, it was about 250 days until I then started my program. Now I'm on 80 days today. So yeah, I know the next like 2.5 months are gonna absolutely fly by, and I'll be out there making magic in Disney before I know it. So yeah, that's about all I sort of have to say for this video. Obviously, if anyone does have any more questions, be sure to drop them down below. Message me on Instagram, TikTok, all my socials are linked down below for you. And also check out the Yummy Jobs page. So if you go on Google Safari and just search up Yummy Jobs, you'll see it comes up, and then they have their Disney program listed on there. All of the criteria, all of what's involved in the program, living, expenses, costs, all of that sort of thing. And again, follow them on socials. They're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and you can find out more information that way. So yeah, I hope this was informative for you in some ways. I am planning on making a couple more videos about the application process as well, so keep an eye out for them. I'll be going into more depth on my pre-screen interview and final interview, tell you a little bit more about that, so stay tuned, and yeah, I will see you real soon. Bye!